All right, to the Oilers fans yesterday who decided it was okay to throw a bunch of garbage and beverages on the ice, to me, it looks like they were trying to hit some of the Kings players. Just absolutely the lowest of the low behavior there from the fans. I can't believe it. And some people are defending it, like on Twitter, Oilers fans, like, oh, I'm so proud. Just come on. There's nothing you should be proud of there. The people who did that, shame on you. Everybody's talked about it. We all know that was unacceptable and just terrible behavior from those fans. But that's not really what I'm talking about here, because I know there's a lot of people who have already talked about that. What I want to talk about here is the incredibly interesting fact that Connor McDavid had 0 points against the LA Kings yesterday. Yes, he had a couple of really beautiful rushers, and honestly, overall, he didn't have a bad game. But from a guy who was literally touching records we haven't seen in decades with 153 points in the regular season, it is kind of shocking that in Game 1, in his own rink, captain of the team, talking about Stanley Cup aspirations, that he didn't come out and blow the doors off in terms of points. Again, not saying he had a terrible game, but by his standards, it was surprising to the point where on Twitter, this was kind of funny, I gotta admit. People were calling him Connor McRegular Season. That was pretty hilarious, I'll give it to him. Now, obviously, that's a ridiculous thing to say because of the amount of points he put up in the playoffs last season, but it's a joke, it's funny. Oilers fans, lighten up a bit. Don't throw a beer at me because I said that. But the people who are saying that, just cool your jets a little bit, because trust me, when Connor does decide to put up 5 points in a playoff game, it's going to be unreal. And I know I sound like a complete McDavid bootlicker right now. I'm a Flames fan, okay? I'm telling you right now that I, last year, was not a fan of him. I did not want anything to do with him, but I recognize his greatness. I recognize what he is, and it's going to be scary, even in Game 2 and in the series going forward for Connor McDavid. He's going to be ticked off and ready to come to play. Same thing with draisaitl, and all the people saying McRegular Season, it's going to be a different story. Trust me on that. I don't think by any stretch of the imagination that the Oilers are donezo here. I think they've got a lot left in the tank, and hey, call me crazy. Again, Flames fan talking here. I still think the Oilers are going to win this series. I really do. They had a good game. They lost in overtime. I think that's the way it's going to go. I don't quote me on it. Whatever you want. Maybe this looks terrible on me in a week, but hey, I'm sure for the Leafs anyway, so it doesn't really matter much to me. I just want to see Canadian teams go far in the playoffs. That's all I want right now.